My name is Emma Hudson, and I am a scrappy engineer who really cares about health. I am the co-founder of Farms for Thought, and we build infrastructure for nutrition security. But I want to start by telling you a story about a city who did everything right and still got the short end of the stick. Many of you know Washington, D.C., it's our nation's capital. And D.C. is a city full of food deserts, essentially areas where fresh, affordable produce is hard to find. They make up over 11% of the city's neighborhoods. In 2017, the city got so fed up with it, and residents as well, that Mayor Muriel Belzer herself put $10 million of funding into solving the problem to attract grocery stores to these food deserts, and 30 residents came together to co-op a grocery store. Problem solved, right? The government gave us money and people care. Unfortunately not. Of the $10 million invested, only $800,000 actually went to bringing a grocery store to those food deserts. The rest of the $10 million went to attracting grocers like Walmart, who pulled out of their investment and commitment to build in the city. Of the $800,000 that went to opening a grocery store, it unfortunately closed. And now we're in the same place as we were before we even got that investment. DC has over 80 grocery stores, but only 4 of those are actually in DC's food deserts. This leaves 25% of the city's population with access to 0.05% of the grocery stores in the city. I was upset about it. I personally really care about health. I've been affected by it. So I wanted to know how a city that had so much momentum and traction to solve this problem could have ended up in this situation. So I started talking to everybody that I knew that would listen. I talked to food justice advocates. I talked to people that had opened and closed grocery stores themselves. And they told me a story that had a common theme. Grocery stores just fail in low-income communities. There's high startup costs like rent and labor that cause them to fail, and they just can't charge prices that are high enough to keep their lights on. And stores are too far apart anyway. Residents can't get to them. No customers, no clients, no money. People were telling me that there was a need to deprivatize the system. We couldn't keep investing our money into bringing grocery stores as a way to provide access to fresh food. And we needed infrastructure to be able to deprivatize this system. So I built it. We here at the Food for Thought Foundation build infrastructure to deprivatize grocery models. What does that mean, actually? It's a modular vertical farm kit that can be assembled like an IKEA couch, and a curriculum that teaches anybody how to do it. We've actually worked with librarians who are able to build our farms and work with our tech. And it's easily deployed in any community center. Think schools, libraries, rec centers. So that way, one, schools are federally mandated to be in every neighborhood, so they're actually close together, and they're places where people go in their routine. And we now offer this as a program called Farms for Thought. It's a package with our modular vertical farm kit. This is our 2026 launch that we will be assembling for the first time tomorrow at USC, and our new curriculum. It's easily implementable and scaled. We have models where schools will take one unit and individually serve parents or students that go to that school, or we can work with school districts that pool production together to serve larger neighborhoods. We hope to work up to a program in which we can pool produce together in a city and form a community-supported agriculture program where people can order produce online and track it, so that we can serve people who may not have students in a school or people that may not have a library membership. And our revenue model fuels maintenance in low-income communities. We sell access to our curriculum in our farm that allows these farms to pay for themselves. So whereas before in the brick-and-mortar grocery model, we were having to pay for high rent costs, people actually pay us to put the farm on site. And that allows us to fund Title I schools in low-income places that would like our product but can't afford it. We provide access to local, fresh food, and we do it at 25% of the cost of the local brick-and-mortar grocery model. And we don't require any renovations to do it. And our farms are climate friendly. We use 90% less water than commercial agriculture, and we produce 70% less CO2 than in the brick and mortar grocery model where you're shipping food across state lines. In the square footage of a commercial farm compared to our farms, we produce 37.5 times the yield, and we don't use any pesticides to do it. And we've scaled our impact through 4 pilot programs. We've distributed 120 pounds at 3 of our sites, and 80 kids have graduated through our program and have completed our curriculum. We saw an 80% increase in engineering among our students. 100% of our students can author at least one functional program, and 80% of our students become proficient in a coding language by the end of our program. We plan to launch our tech and scale our programming We are looking to onboard 9 schools by May 2026, which would lead to an 86% increase in food production, allowing us to serve 180 families by December of 2026. And we have a great team and board. Our board is made up of people that have opened grocery stores themselves and know the model, and educators who work with students like ours. And I've got a great co-founder, Miriam Bellick-Bira. I myself have a bachelor's degree in public health and am pursuing my master's degree in bioengineering. And we're asking for your help. We'd love introductions to principals, people who might want to have our farm on site, and we need help manufacturing our product and doing it safely. So anybody who has expertise in that, I would love to talk. And we are now raising $33,000 to sponsor HD Woodson High School in DC, a Title I school that would really like our farm on site. I believe that food is a right, not a luxury, and if you'd like to join me in making this possible, I'd love to talk. Thank you.